But do you have a deep feeling like deep down inside you're capable of so much more, but you keep feeling stuck and you don't know how to get from where you are right now to where you want to be? Or maybe you feel like you've been created for greatness and you've been created for great things, but for some reason, you keep finding yourself questioning yourself or second guessing yourself to the point where you just overthink yourself out of taking action for what you really want. If that's the case, over the next few moments, I'm going to share with you 3 hidden habits that are sabotaging your clarity, confidence, and cash flow. And not only that, today we're going to be covering 3 problems you think you have that's keeping you stuck. We're also going to cover 3 hidden habits that's sabotaging your clarity, confidence, and cash flow, like I mentioned. We're also going to look at, and I'll share 27 common hindrances that keep you feeling paralyzed. And then we're going to talk about the 3 gaps you must fill in order to get the results you want. And after that, we're going to cover these 2 areas. We're going to look at the costs you're paying for not filling those gaps properly. And then we're going to look at what your life could look like when you fill those gaps properly. Okay. And before we get into the training content, I want to share just a little bit about why I do what I do and how I got into this work. I'm Shelly Eldridge. I'm CEO and founder of Shelly the Confidence Coach, shellythecoach.com, your blueprint for success, aka the possibility framework, and the clarity to cash flow formula. I'm a certified transformation life coach, 8-time author, award-winning graphic designer, and entrepreneur. Shelly the Confidence Coach is a coaching firm that's located in Baltimore, Maryland, that specializes in helping professionals create effortless cash flow, clients, and career acceleration with clarity and confidence in less time. And I went from lacking confidence and clarity to helping over 800 professionals from dozens of different industries create effortless cash flow, clients, and career acceleration with clarity and confidence. And this number continues to grow. I've facilitated trainings for top universities such as Morgan State University, University System of Maryland, and the University of Maryland, Baltimore. And I have corporate clients such as FSC First, a community development financial institution in Prince George's County, where I provide coaching for their internal team as well as operate as a business coach for their business owners that they support. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of SMART goals or something similar to it? Let me know in the chat. Yes. Okay. No. Okay. Okay. I'm getting some yeses, I'm getting some nos. Well, if you have heard of SMART goals and you've been trying to use that framework or a similar framework to help you achieve your goals, this could be one of the main reasons why you keep feeling stuck. It could be why you keep overthinking. It could be why you keep feeling overwhelmed. And it could be why you keep feeling frustrated, not making the progress you want when it comes to creating that effortless cash flow, clients, and career acceleration with clarity and confidence that you want. And here's why. Now, for those of you who said no, don't you worry about it. I'm going to share what it is so you know not to use it. Okay. So we're going to get right in. Did you know? Now, for those of you who have already heard about SMART goals before, did you know this about SMART goals? Did you know SMART goals were not designed to help you achieve your goals? Did you know that? Now, okay. Now let me help you see why. If you have heard of SMART goals model, and I know you're probably like, wait, huh? Isn't it supposed to help me achieve my goals? I know you've been told time and time again, like this is the way to go, but it's not true at all. And I'm going to show you why. This truth is, SMART goals were not designed to help you achieve your goals, and they weren't designed to help you to achieve any of your goals. And if you don't believe me, you can Google it. You can Google when was SMART goals created, and this is what you will see. SMART goals were introduced by George Duran in 1981 as a way to write management's goals and objectives, not as a way to actually help you achieve your goals. They were designed as a way to write management's goals and objectives. Would you believe that? Now, have you ever been told, make your goal specific? Have you ever been told to make your goal measurable? Or make your goal attainable? Or maybe even make your goal relevant? Make your goal time-bound? Now, how successful have you been at doing these things? I want to hear from you in the chat. How successful have you been at making your goal specific, or making it measurable, or making it attainable, or making it relevant, or making it time bound? How successful have you been at it? 50-50. Okay. Okay. Now, how do you feel when you try to make your goal specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, or time bound? How do you feel? Stressed. Okay. 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 Overwhelmed. Haven't even done it. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, here's my experience. When I try to use the SMART goals model to achieve my goal, I try to use methods, or even if I try to use methods similar to SMART goals, I ended up having no clue what I wanted to accomplish. And when I finally came up with a few goals, I had no clue which goal to start with. I didn't even know how I was going to achieve my goal. And I became overwhelmed by all the things I didn't have. And when it came to making my goal time bound, I struggled because I felt like I should have achieved my goal by now. And then I realized, even if I made my goal specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, or time bound, I didn't even have the confidence or the clarity I needed to take action on my goals. So how was I going to get there? Has everyone else, I see, exactly. Has anyone else ever felt like that? You know, I had big dreams. I had big goals, but as soon as I tried to take steps to get there, I couldn't figure out how to get there, where I should focus first, what I should do first, where I should start, how to take action faster, how to have the clarity and the confidence I needed to take action without feeling more overwhelmed, without feeling or experiencing that information overload. And when my goal, like, when was my goal going to happen? I saw things working out for other people, but then I wondered, when would it happen for me? And these methods, like SMART goals, they just left me feeling more frustrated, and it left me feeling more defeated. Now, for the folks who have never heard of SMART goals before, I know for sure you can resonate with what I just shared. And what happens is models like this don't help you to answer those things. So here's what happened. SMART goals and other methods similar to this creates a disconnect. And what it does is it creates a greater gap between where you are right now and where you want to be. And here's why. Methods like these leave you feeling more frustrated because you end up not knowing what your goal is. You end up not knowing where to start based on your specific situation. You end up not knowing how to stop focusing on all the things you're lacking. You end up not knowing how to stop comparing yourself to others. You end up not knowing how to stop overthinking yourself out of taking action. And you keep getting frustrated over, when is your goal going to happen for you? Or how do you become the person that you need to become to achieve your goal? Or even, what are the next steps you need to take to achieve your goal? Now, if you don't have answers to these questions, you end up feeling more stuck, more overwhelmed, and you end up lacking confidence. And then you feel frustrated, and that turns into procrastination for another week, another month, another year, or even worse, another decade. And you'll find yourself watching everyone else achieve their goals while you sit on the sidelines, being left, feeling afraid, frustrated, unsure of what to do, how to get to where you want to go, how to start getting results you want, and how to start experiencing that effortless cash flow clients and career acceleration that you desire. And the truth is, SMART goals were not designed to help you achieve any of your goals. Now, the misguided use of SMART goals is why you struggle to gain clarity. You struggle to gain confidence. You struggle to figure out what your goal is, or struggle to figure out where to start. You're struggling to figure out how to achieve your goal, or how to not be afraid to take action. Again, SMART goals were simply designed to help a person in the corporate setting write management's goals and objectives, not achieve them. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at this new way. So because of all of that, I created a better way to achieve goals in less time with clarity and confidence. And it's called Your Blueprint for Success. It's also known as the Possibility Framework. And I'll give you an opportunity to get that exact blueprint step by step towards the end of this training. Now that we've gotten all of that stuff out of the way, before we can get into how you can actually start making progress towards your goal, I'm going to share 3 problems you think you have that you really don't have, and what those things feel like. And I'm also going to share common thoughts that are associated with them. So, if you are ready to dive right into these 3 problems you think you have, let me know in the chat. Let me know you're ready. Thumbs up. Ready? Okay. All right, let's go right into it. 3 problems you think you have. Problem number 1. You feel like you don't really know what you want. You don't really know what you want. Now, have you ever thought that? I don't know what I really want. Yes, okay. This problem is a problem of direction. And here's what it feels like. You often feel stuck, scattered, or indecisive. You believe you lack a clear path or clear purpose, and you constantly second guess your next move. Now, here's some of the common thoughts that are associated with this. I have too many ideas, but none of them feel right. Or, I'm not sure what's next for me professionally. Or, I'm afraid of making the wrong decision. Now, if you ever had any of those thoughts, these things can create issues of lack of clarity or lack of confidence. But let's look at the next problem that you think you have. The next problem that you think you have is you think you're not ready or you're not qualified enough. Now, this problem is a problem of self-doubt and imposter syndrome. And here's what it feels like. You think the problem is a lack of credentials, a lack of experience, or a lack of readiness. And this leads you to hesitate on opportunities or devalue yourself. Now, here are some of the common thoughts. I need another certification before I can apply. Others are more confident, more experienced, or more articulate than I am. Or I don't want to be exposed as a fraud. Have you ever had any of those thoughts? Okay. Now let's look at problem number 3. Have you ever thought this? I procrastinate and I don't follow through. Now, you might have not only thought that, you probably even said that out of your mouth. I procrastinate and I just don't follow through. I'm struggling with the follow through. This problem is a problem of inconsistent action. And here's what it feels like. You think your issue is time management or discipline, but it's really rooted in fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of success. Now, let's look at some of the common thoughts. One common thought is, I just need to be more disciplined, or I keep getting in my own way, or I just don't know what to do, but I'm just not doing it. Or I know what to do, and I'm just not doing it. I know exactly what to do. Some of you know exactly what to do, but you're just not doing it. Now, let's look at the 3 hidden habits that are sabotaging your clarity, confidence, and cash flow. Now, for each of these hidden habits, I'm going to share what I've seen happen, the result of being stuck in that habit, and I'm also going to share the perpetual cycle that it creates in your life. So let's get into that. Habit number 1 that's sabotaging your clarity, confidence, and cash flow. Habit number 1 is that you keep looking inside yourself without a clarity or confidence strategy. Now, here's what happens. Because you look inside yourself without a confidence or clarity strategy, you get sucked into things like fear, self-doubt, overthinking, procrastination, and overwhelm that exists within you, that you've associated with what it takes to achieve your goal. Now, here's the result. You struggle to identify what makes you the best person to achieve your goal. And you start thinking, maybe, just maybe, someone else would be better at it than me. So I probably shouldn't do it. And then you start searching for more information and confirmation to support that thought. Now, here's the perpetual cycle. This creates a cycle of getting stuck in overthinking, overcomplicating things, procrastinating, and looking for validation and approval from other people. And then you end up not making the progress you want. And you start blaming people, including yourself, for why you aren't where you want to be. Not only that, you consistently compare yourself to other people. And you find it difficult to find your true starting point. So you always feel like you're starting from the beginning or starting from scratch when you are really much further than that. Now, have you ever been stuck in this habit? Let's look at habit number 2. That's sabotaging your clarity, confidence, and cash flow. Habit number 2 is you keep looking for external support the wrong way. Now, I need a volunteer, anybody to volunteer. Who is that? Marka, you saying you want to be the volunteer?
Yes, one of us.
No, she did.
Oh.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, got my volunteer. Now, because people have been telling you, you are amazing, you are awesome, you have what it takes, you are skilled, you are talented in that writing, you're talented in certain areas, but you still question certain things. But when I say you are amazing, you are awesome, you are skilled, you have what it takes, you are talented in that area that you feel like you are an expert in. How does that make you feel?
Well, the first thing is I question, is this person just saying that because they know me or they want me to feel better about myself? or are they saying it because that's what they really see?
Okay, okay, okay. How did it make you before you go into that thought, the instant feeling?
Um, it brought a smile to my face.
Okay, okay. So it made you feel good if even for a moment before you started questioning.
Mhm,
Okay, okay. So it made you feel good. Now here's the thing. People have been telling you, you're amazing, you're awesome, you have what it takes, you're skilled and you're talented in whatever areas. But for some reason, you still struggle. Thank you so much for being my volunteer, by the way.
you're welcome.
We're good. But for some reason, you still struggle to gain the clarity and the confidence that you need to achieve your goals.
Mhm.
Now, with them sharing and giving all of these different things, did that help you achieve your goal?
Hmm. Well, not in all aspects or circumstances because the overthinking part in me got in the way.
Mm,
So
mm,
the overthinking and the procrastination got in the way and what I guess I don't realize is that causes me to be overwhelmed and then I g- I don't do anything.
mm, mm. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you
Well,
so much for sharing. All right. Um, we're good. I appreciate you. Thank you for being my volunteer. All right. So people can tell you, you're amazing, you're awesome, you're wonderful, you're skilled in this, you have what it takes, all these different things, but if you don't believe it, you're not going to do anything with it. And here's what happens when you're looking for external support the wrong way, you constantly desire other people's validation, or you keep desiring them to encourage you, and you struggle to see for yourself what makes you the best person to achieve your goal. And then you end up downplaying the experiences you have, or the skills you have, or the talents that you have, and you struggle to see the challenges and the things that you've already overcome that have prepared you to get to where you are right now. And then you end up creating an internal disconnect between yourself and your accomplishments, making it harder for you to believe in yourself. And so you experience more self doubt than you'd like to admit. And then you find it embarrassing to mention the lack of confidence you're facing in this season. Now, here's a perpetual cycle. In this cycle, people can tell you how awesome, amazing, skilled, and talented you are, but until you believe it yourself, you won't take the actions you need to take, and you'll continue looking for validation and approval before you take action. And then you find yourself stuck time and time again, and you end up being frustrated with the people who care about you because you almost begin to feel like somehow they were lying to you when they said all those great things about you. And then you end up feeling like an imposter and a fraud, struggling to make the connection between who you are, what you have, and how you can take the action steps you need to take to achieve your goal. Now, have you ever been stuck in this habit? Let's look at habit number 3. Habit number 3, that's sabotaging your clarity, confidence, and cash flow. Habit number 3 is that you keep focusing on what you're lacking. And here's what's happening. When you have a goal in mind, you start off thinking it's a great idea, and you even think it could be possible. But then, as you ponder on how you're actually going to achieve that goal, you immediately begin to focus on all the things you are lacking. And here's the result: you struggle to see how you can achieve your goal because all of your thoughts lead to it not working out, or your thoughts lead to your goal being too hard or too difficult or too complicated, or your thoughts lead you to believe you are not the best person to achieve it. Now, in this cycle, you struggle to see what you have that makes you the best person to achieve your goal. because of your perspective or your past experiences. And you end up staying stuck a lot longer than you want. And you become miserable doing things you don't really want to do, all because you can't see how you can do the things you actually want to do. Now, if you've ever been stuck in this habit, you're in the right place. You're in the right place. You're in a safe space, in a safe place. And I'm going to share some strategies with you that can help you to make progress. Okay. So those are the three hindrances. Those are the three habits that are sabotaging your clarity, your confidence, and your cash flow, which is causing you to overthink yourself out of taking action. Now, we're going to identify 27 common hindrances that keep you feeling paralyzed. Now, are you ready? Are you ready? We're going to look at these 27 common hindrances that's keeping you feeling paralyzed. It's when you identify these things, identify where you are in your journey, that you can start overcoming it. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go. So the 27 hindrances you might be facing. Now, you could be facing any one of these 27 hindrances right now. And any one of these could be the reason you keep feeling stuck or paralyzed when it comes to getting the results you want. And when it comes to creating effortless cash flow, clients, and career acceleration. Now, I don't know which of these common hindrances you are facing right now, but as I go through the list, I want you to take a moment to write down which of these hindrances you feel like you're struggling with. And be sure to be honest with yourself. And even if you like give me a yeah in the chat if I'm coming up your lane. Okay? So let's get right into the 27 hindrances you could be facing right now that's keeping you feeling paralyzed. So number 1, information overload. Feeling unsure or uncertain. Maybe you don't know what you really want. Maybe you have no clue where to start first. Maybe you're lacking inner confidence or lacking clarity or feeling doubtful. You don't even have a goal. Maybe you're overthinking. Anybody need me to go hold on or wait before I go to the next set?
Keep going. You're doing good.
Okay.
You in my lane.
Okay, I'm in your lane. Okay. All right, let's keep on going. Being overwhelmed. Accountability the wrong way. Lack of execution. No clear plan. Afraid to learn new things. Afraid to try new things. Fear of failure. Fear of failing again. No flexibility when it comes to the plan. Anybody need me to wait? All right, let's keep on going. Then there's being focused on other people's actions and opinions. Needing things to be perfect. Comparison. Imposter syndrome. Procrastination. Indecision. Analysis paralysis. Believing your goal is too big or believing your goal is impossible. So we've already talked about the 3 hidden habits that's sabotaging your clarity, confidence, and cash flow, causing you to overthink yourself out of taking action. We've also identified the 27 hindrances that you could be facing right now that's keeping you feeling paralyzed. And now I'm going to share the 3 gaps you must fill in order to get the results you want. Are you ready? Give me a let's go. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a yes. Let's go. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go. All right. So, the 3 gaps you must fill to get results. The 3 gaps you must fill to get the results you want. Let's get into it. There are 3 gaps that's keeping you from making the progress you want that you have to fill. The first gap, there's the confidence gap. The next gap is the planning gap. And then the final gap is the action gap. Now, you cannot fill any of these 3 gaps without first identifying your true starting point. But what is your starting point? Do you know what your starting point is? When it comes to that goal you want to accomplish, do you know where you're really starting? I'm waiting to hear from you. Do
And
you know what your starting point is?
in the beginning, I kind of had an idea what the starting point should be, but
Mm-hmm.
as days go by, that starting point starts to fade away.
The starting point starts to fade away. All right, I got some information for you on the next
Okay.
slide. Bika or Mark? I don't know which one unmuted.
I would say it starts out clear,
Mm-hmm.
it gets clouded, and then it just falls off.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else want to share before we move on? Okay. All right. So thank y'all for sharing. I have some information that's going to help you figure this thing out on the next slide. So let's get right into this. Let's look at the starting point. Your starting point, and you might want to write this down. Your starting point is the place where you figure out what you really want to accomplish and what you already have. Your starting point is the place where you figure out what you really want to accomplish. I'm not saying figuring out how you're going to do it, figuring out all the things that is standing in the way, that's keeping you from all the things you're lacking. No. Figure out what is it that you really want to accomplish. And then what you already have. And that is your true starting point. Now, here's why. If you are not clear on what you want to accomplish and you're still uncertain about what you already have that can help you achieve your goal, you won't be able to close the confidence, planning, or action gaps to be able to achieve your goal with confidence and clarity. And you'll struggle to effortlessly create that cash flow, those clients, and career acceleration. And you'll keep changing your goal to fit your current circumstance instead of changing your mindset to fit your goal. And you'll keep doing the things you don't want to do instead of the things you actually want to do. Like, how many times has that happened? Like, find yourself doing things that I don't want to go back to that job. I don't want to do this. I don't want to work here. I don't want to work with these people. But you find yourself still doing the things that you don't want to do instead of the things you actually want to do. And you keep focusing on all the things you're lacking or all the things you don't have, keeping you from moving forward. So you really must take the time to figure out what you really want to accomplish and figure out what you already have. Now, after you have clearly identified your true starting point, you must then close the confidence gap. Now, that is if you actually want to achieve your next goal with clarity and confidence. And if you want to make the progress you say you want to make when it comes to achieving your goal, creating that effortless cash flow, clients, and career acceleration. If that's what you actually want to do, start at your starting point. All right, let's keep on going. The first gap you must fill after you've gotten clarity around that starting point, in order for you to start getting the results you want to fill the confidence gap. Okay? You want to fill the confidence gap. Now, what is the confidence gap? The confidence gap is the space between what you want to do and what you believe you can do. Okay? The confidence gap is the space between what you want to do and what you believe you can do. Now, you may have some goals right now that you want to accomplish. If you have a goal that you can think of right now that you want to accomplish, let me know in the chat. Publish. Okay. Anybody else? Even if you don't want to type out all of what your goal is, if you have a goal right now that you want to accomplish, yes or no? Something you've been dreaming about. You know, you've been dreaming about this for a long time. Yeah, the Writers Cafe. Okay. Maybe you've lost sleep about it, or maybe you've put it to the side because you didn't know how you were going to achieve it, or wasn't the right time for it in your eyes. Maybe you can have goals and dreams.
Well, I have several goals, but one of
Okay.
my goals that I've been wanting to do, and now really have the time to do it, is personal development. I've been listening to a lot of different personal development auto books, but I'm not completing them. I start listening and I click on another one, like, oh, that's good, but I'm not completing it.
Mm, mm. Okay, okay, okay. So personal development. Okay, you can have goals and dreams, but if you don't believe you can do it, you won't even take the action steps you need to take to help you get there. And not only that, if you really don't want to do it, you're not going to do it. So I don't care how many you invest in, Beverly. If you really don't want to finish them things, you're not going to do it. You're not going to finish it. It's not what you want. You want the result. You may not want to do it that way. Like, so gaining that clarity around your starting point and then starting to fill this confidence gap. And if you have those goals and dreams, but if you don't believe you can do it, you won't take the action steps you need to take to help you get there. And then you definitely won't take the steps to help you get there faster. Like, think of the next thing you want to accomplish just for one moment. How many times have you had these thoughts? If only I had the confidence to do it. Or how do I get myself to believe I can do it to the point of taking action? Like, if you don't believe you can do it, you will continue searching for validation, searching for cheerleaders, searching for encouragement that never, ever turns into authentic empowerment or success. Now, if you want to make progress and you want to start getting results, you must first fill the confidence gap. And after you have filled and closed that confidence gap, then you must close the next gap. The next gap that you must close is the planning gap. Now, the planning gap is the space between what you believe you can do and what you plan to do. The planning gap is the space between what you believe you can do and what you plan to do. Now, people say you need to plan, you need to be strategic. Now, although this may be true, when you are lacking confidence or clarity, or you struggle to believe you can achieve your goal, planning becomes like busy work. And it just becomes like another thing to do, another task in itself. And it just feels frustrating and annoying. And in that self, it helps you get nowhere because it becomes a task that you don't want to do. And so you end up not doing it. So it's very important for you to first close the confidence gap and then close the planning gap. Now, after closing the planning gap, this is the next gap that you need to close. The next gap you want to close is the action gap. Now, the action gap is the space between what you plan to do and what you actually do. Now, there's a quote that says if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. And I'm here to tell you, if you don't take action, 100% of your plans will fail. Like, planning without action is the most efficient way to waste your time. It's the most efficient way to waste your time. And I'm sure you're not looking for an efficient way to waste your time. Like, you're trying to use your time more efficiently, not waste it more efficiently. Like, too much planning causes overthinking and overwhelm. So you want to be able to take action. Again, the action gap is the gap in the space between what you plan to do and what you actually do. So if you want to get to the point of achieving your goal with clarity and confidence, you must first start at your starting point and then close those 3 gaps. Okay? Close the confidence gap, the gap, that space between what you want to do and what you believe you can do. Then you need to close the planning gap, the space between what you believe you can do and what you plan to do. And then you want to close the action gap. And that is the space between what you plan to do and what you actually do. Then and only then will you be able to make the progress you want and you want to make to start getting the results you want when it comes to achieving your goal. Now, we've already covered the 3 problems you think you have that's keeping you feeling stuck. We've covered the 3 hidden habits that's sabotaging your clarity, confidence, and cash flow. We've looked at the 27 common hindrances that keep you feeling paralyzed. And we've talked about the 3 gaps you must fill to get the results you want. Now we're going to look at the cost you're paying for not filling those gaps properly. And then we're going to look at what your life could look like when you close the confidence, planning, and action gaps properly. Now, before we get into that, I want to do a pulse check. Is everybody all right? Thumbs up. Everybody okay? Checking in. You good? Okay. All right. All right. Let's keep on going. So when you close these 3 gaps, starting at your starting point, you'll be able to achieve your goal faster. And if you don't close those 3 gaps properly, it's costing you more than you know. And there are 3 main areas in your life that's suffering right now because you don't have the clarity or confidence you need to achieve your goal. Now, let's look at those 3 areas. We're going to look at these 3 areas because if you're experiencing this, it could cause you to not be able to achieve your goal the way that you want to achieve your goal or even get the results you want. All right. So let's look at the first area. The first area is your emotions. Your emotions. Now, if you're not feeling the confidence, planning, and action gaps properly, you start to experience some of these emotional costs. Now, let's look at this. You start to experience self-doubt, overthinking, overwhelm, regret, burnout, dissatisfaction, stress, anxiety, and unfulfillment. But when you bridge the gap, the confidence gap, the planning gap, the action gaps, when you bridge those gaps in your life, you'll be able to experience more emotional breakthroughs. What do I mean by that? You'll be able to experience more self-confidence, more clarity. You'll be able to have more control or calmness to you. You'll be able to have self-acceptance and vitality and more energy, more fulfillment, ease and resilience versus feeling stressed out. You'll be less anxious and have more inner peace. And you'll be able to start experiencing more purposeful living. Now, how many of you want to experience more of those emotional breakthroughs in your life? Okay. I see you, me, us. Okay. All right. All right. Let's look at the next area. Area number 2 that's costing you more than you know is your perspective of your finances. Your perspective of your finances. Now, you know you're not feeling the confidence, planning, or action gaps properly when you're experiencing these things. Loss of income opportunities, missed promotions, stagnant income earnings. Like one time I was literally making the same amount of money doing the same job for 4.5 years. I don't do that no more. I don't, to say the least. But stagnant income earnings, increased expenses, increased healthcare costs, not leveraging degrees, not charging what you need to charge to hit your goals, living paycheck to paycheck, right? So when you bridge the gap, when you bridge the confidence, planning, and action gaps in your life, you'll be able to experience more financial breakthroughs. So let's look at what this could look like. Maximized earning potential, accelerated career advancement, consistent career growth, strategic and purposeful spending, improved overall well-being, capitalizing on your skills and expertise, fully capitalizing on your education, certifications, licensures, all the things that you have. Confidently charging what you need to charge to hit your goals. And thriving with financial abundance. Now, how many of you want to start experiencing these financial breakthroughs? Me. Okay. 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 All right. All right. So let's look at the next area. The next area is your relationships. Your relationships are being affected and impacted. Now, you know you're not feeling the confidence, planning, or action gaps properly when you're experiencing these challenges. Connecting with the wrong people, expecting support from people who lack the expertise or capacity to help you. Looking for accountability the wrong way. Looking for validation or approval. Unsure about the nature of your relationships. Tolerating one-sided or draining connections that don't benefit you. Avoiding hard conversations. Staying loyal to misaligned networks or communities. And letting relationships distract you from your goals. Now, when you bridge the confidence and planning gaps, the confidence, planning, and action gaps in your life, you'll be able to experience more relationship breakthroughs. Now, let's look at these. You'll go from this to aligned, empowering relationships, seeking guidance from qualified, capable mentors and coaches, experiencing healthy accountability systems, having more internal confidence and self-trust, having more clearly identified or clearly defined relationship roles and boundaries, mutual energizing partnerships versus being drained, communicating with more clarity, more courage, and respect, aligning with people who reflect your values and your vision. And lastly, when you bridge these gaps, you'll be able to experience maintaining focused connections that support your mission and vision versus distract you from hitting your goals. Now, who wants to experience more of these relationship breakthroughs? Us. Okay. 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 So, as if you are a professional and you know deep down inside, me, okay, I see you. I see you. If you're a professional and you know deep down inside, you are capable of so much more, but you don't know how to get from where you are right now to where you want to be, I want to ask you this. Do you want this? Now, how many of you want to be able to create effortless cash flow? Yes, effortless cash flow, clients, and career acceleration with clarity and confidence. If you want this, put me in the chat. Yes. Do you want this? Yes. Okay. 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 Now, if you say yes, if you said me, I want this, if you say yes to wanting to create effortless cash flow, clients, and career acceleration with clarity and confidence, I'm going to share a special offer with you that can help you quickly gain clarity and confidence so you can create that effortless cash flow, clients, and career advancements in less time. The thing that you really, truly desire. And this special offer literally has the ability to propel you into that emotional, financial, and relationship breakthroughs that we talked about earlier. And I've seen it happen time and time again for myself and for my clients. Like Jasmine, when I started working with Jasmine, she was like, oh my gosh, we never even talked numbers. Her goal, she wanted to be able to budget. She wanted to be able to save money. And she went from only having $200 when she first started working with me to being able to save $5,000 in less than 90 days. And I'm not saying, oh yeah, she was making $100,000 a year and da da da. No, she was a single mom raising her daughter. And I didn't even know the numbers at all. We just worked together and I helped her shift her mindset and I helped her see her goals and I helped her take action. Not only that, she was able to start her publishing coaching business and she was able to get her first high ticket client. I'm talking about $2,500 per client or more within 30 days of working with me. And she didn't have any prior coaching experience. And then there was Jordan. Have you ever been in a place where you just felt stuck? Like you don't know where to go, you don't know where to start first. You got this goal, but you just feel overwhelmed. You feel like you're lacking this, you don't have that, you're missing this, all of these things, you just feel stuck. Maybe you feel stuck right now. Well, after working with me, Jordan said, I'm already amazed at the progress that I've made. Just seeing myself do this, seeing myself actually take action towards it, and being able to know that the results are going to be there because I keep taking action. And I don't know how long you've been struggling, whether it's been a week, a month, a year, or a decade, but you can actually start getting results. Now, this is Stephanie. Stephanie went from being afraid to being able to sell her stuff in 4 different stores. Now, Stephanie went from being afraid to put herself out there. I mean, she was skilled, she was talented. I mean, extremely talented in what she did. And she was working as a coordinator at the time. She went even from being a coordinator to being a program director. She was able to sell her stuff in 4 different stores. Now, she had custom handmade high quality leather products. She literally made them by hand. And she was able to sell her stuff in 4 different stores after just 90 days of working with me. And she said she said after that she was overwhelmed because she's like, dang, now I need your system to help me to tackle it. And I'm like, listen, I got you. I got you. But I mean, opportunities just coming like this. Before you were struggling to get opportunities, before you were struggling to get clarity. But after working with me, Stephanie was able to get the clarity and the confidence, and the opportunities came. Those breakthroughs I'm telling you about, they are real. They are so real. So let's look at Colin. Colin was struggling to find what made his business unique so he could increase his revenue and sales. And he went from being unsure to finding his secret sauce and increasing his sales. And after working with me, Colin said, Shelly, you are the best coach ever. He finally found the secret sauce to increase his sales and his business. And I helped him change the trajectory of his business. He said Shelly has excellent active listing skills where she's able to hone in on what we do best, highlighting positive attributes and walking us through step by step what we need to do and how we need to execute to get the results we desire. He said, awesome, coach. Thank you for everything you do. And then this is Darvincia. Darvincia went from being afraid and nervous and unsure when she first came to me to being able to win a pitch competition. Now, this was her first pitch competition. She was lacking clarity and lacking confidence when it comes to pitching her business. And she went from that to winning $10,000 in a live in-person pitch competition for a business. I'm not talking about, oh, typing up a grant and submitting it and hoping you win. No, 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 no. She pitched live in person. And she said, you are amazing, Shelly. I just love our time together. Thank you very much. I truly appreciate your advice, your wisdom, your support, and your encouragement. She said, we need you. Is this you? If you've been struggling to create effortless cash flow, clients, and career acceleration for the past week, the past month, the past year, or the past decade, I totally get it. For you, this is not just about gaining confidence. It's about an identity. It's like you crave the confidence to be the best version of yourself, to finally be seen, valued, and respected for who you truly are and what you bring to the table. And I get it. You probably have been frustrated watching less capable people get ahead. And you know you're smart, you're talented, you're skilled and ambitious. But self-doubt has been keeping you stuck more than you'd like to admit. And you keep feeling this aching fear of wasted potential or even wasted time. And deep down inside, you're afraid you'll never fully become the person you are meant to be, or that it will be too late when you do finally become the person who takes action for what you really want. You want that sense of internal certainty and external validation, that inner peace of knowing you've got this. You're taking the right steps to get there. And the outer reward of being respected as a leader, as an expert or authority, hitting those goals, being able to increase your cash flow, being able to increase your clients, and being able to experience that career acceleration. Now, if this sounds like you, again, and you said yes to wanting to achieve your next goal with confidence and clarity, or you want to create effortless cash flow, clients, and career advancement, I have something to share with you. If it's okay with you, I would love to share that with you now. Let me know if that's okay. 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 All right. That's why I created your Blueprint for Success Masterclass. Now, if you've been looking for a method to drastically help you increase your clarity and confidence so you can achieve effortless cash flow, clients, and career acceleration, this masterclass is for you. This masterclass is a practical, actionable, and results-driven strategy that's designed to help you quickly and consistently gain clarity and confidence in less time. So you can actually create that effortless cash flow, clients, and career acceleration that you desire. In this masterclass, I'm going to provide you with my proven step-by-step method so you can have the exact blueprint to launch and sustain your success for your next goal. You'll be able to figure out exactly where to start for your specific goal, in your specific situation with actionable strategies and insights, allowing you to quickly gain clarity and confidence so you can take that intentional, manageable action steps towards your next goal faster. Plus, you'll be able to get an opportunity to work with me one-on-one so you can get started getting results in less time. Now, you'll be able to get all of this right now for only $97. And you'll get lifetime access to the training, so you can always go back to it as a reference. Now, if you want to grab your blueprint for success, where I'll help you bridge the gap. I'll help you bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be in less time. And specifically help you bridge the confidence gap, the planning gap, and the action gaps so you can get more of the results that you actually want. All you have to do is go to getsuccessblueprint.com. Now, if you want to start getting results that help you create effortless cash flow, clients, and career acceleration in less time, I invite you to go ahead and grab your blueprint for success, and I'll see you in the training.